Tuesday. What's up, brothers? Special teams, special plays, special players. It's Ballpark Beef, and we're back, baby. Run that music.
What's good, Ballpark Beef fans? How we doing? It's Tuesday. It's fucking Tuesday, and we're back for another episode. Boys, everyone's still kind of recovering from that intro there. Jimmy killed it.
Never heard his voice go that high.
Special teams, baby. Boys, how was your week? How you doing? Ready for another episode? How you doing?
Hey, man, I got to celebrate my birthday with my friends. Unfortunately, Jimmy couldn't make it, but he was there in spirit. Maybe he would have got his record to 10-3 since we went bowling. But yeah, other than that, Cardinals won, and it was a great week.
What'd you shoot? Were you drunk?
Yeah, I was pretty drunk. The first game I bowled righty and shot 168, and the second game I shot like 160 lefty.
Yeah, I would have taken you down. Maybe 10-4.
Well, you also wouldn't have had as many drinks as I would have had, so
12-1. Yeah, for sure.
We know you can't hang, but
Bro,
Yikes.
your light work.
Yikes.
Be Tuesday.
Yikes.
Be Tuesday, brothers.
how was your week, gentlemen?
It was good,
Good,
man.
man. Yeah, we're both good.
No,
was
no
good.
news? No news at all?
Honestly, fellas, it was good. We got to celebrate Nick's birthday. It was a very eventful week. I went out Friday, Saturday, and I did something Sunday. It was just a busy weekend, busy week, No. But besides that, it was a pretty good week.
Good stuff.
Yeah. We got another person trying to join our podcast without asking for our invitation.
A furry person.
Yeah, that's my dog. Welcome to the podcast, Callie. Thank you for your barks. We appreciate it. But let's get into some baseball news. Do a little weekly roundup of our teams, and then we'll kind of go into some topics. So, as always, we like to start off with Nick because he's usually the quickest. So, Nick, tell us about your Cardinals. What's going on?
Yeah, so last episode I told you that the Cardinals had a spontaneous walk-off win against the Diamondbacks. They ended up winning that series after losing Game 2 14-1. Took a trip to Queens where they just beat the Mets and unfortunately lost a heartbreaking 11-inning game. And then right now they took one game from the Tigers. So 5-1 in their last 6. We're not in last place anymore, which is a positive thing there. What's it called? Mason Wynn is still him, batting over 300. Alec Burleson had a great week. 429 average, 1.4 OPS. Contreras as well, 1.19 OPS. The veterans of this team still are, kind of off to a slow start, but I think baseball is all of a momentum game. And that walk-off home run that they had last week seems to be the spark of, a nice little run of win streaks. So I'm excited to watch the Cardinals play. Pitching is up and down. Kyle Gibson has a 3.7. Sonny Gray with a 1.6. Lance Lynn with a 2.6. And then 2 pitchers with almost a 6 ERA. So not the best stats, but they're finding ways to win. I will say that Ryan Helsley is going to be another All-Star. He is 10-for-11 on saves with a sub-1 ERA. So things are going pretty good in St. Louis.
Things in terms of offense, or because the offense hasn't been doing very well the past 7 days, according to my standards here.
I mean, listen, you could score 8 runs or you could score 1 run. As long as you win the game, it doesn't matter. Like I told you, the offense is still not where we want it to be, but I'd rather have them just win games rather than, putting up 7-8 runs and taking an L. Because at the end of the day, it's not about how many runs you score on your record. It's about how many wins you got.
It's about how many batters hit 300.
You said what?
My man had to turn away. No, Cardinals, Paul Goldschmidt coming around a little bit. Not too bad of a week. Who the heck is Michael Ciani? Because he can't hit for nothing. He's just a speedy guy. He gave the Mets hell on the base pass, but that's about it.
Yeah, he's over his last 13. What else? Wilson Contreras is struggling. Nolan's struggling.
How is Contreras struggling if he just batted 294 with a 1.19 OPS?
Are you looking at the last 7 days?
Yes. Wilson Contreras, 294, 429 on base percentage, 765 slugging, 1.193 OPS.
Do we have different stats here, Jimmy?
I'm looking at Wilson Contreras. Yeah, I don't see that last 7 days.
I don't see that either.
Oh, I do.
What are you using?
ESPN.
Hey, we got 2 Wilson Contrerases on the Cardinals now. One's a stud and one's just all right. So it's pretty fire. 2 catchers.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just telling you what it says. It says he's 5 for 17.
That's interesting.
I got 4 for 19. Okay. Yeah, we'll have to.
I wonder what stats is off. This is interesting. Well,
Whatever website Jimmy's on, Jimmy got 2 more at bats than ESPN.
But one last hit.
I have
Yeah, I don't know, brother.
I have
What's
4
up, brother?
for his last 19 right now.
I'm just going off ESPN, my man. Last 7
All
days.
right, well, we don't have to belabor the point. Wilson Contreras not struggling too bad, but Cardinals find ways to win. I think that's a good takeaway.
For sure. They are 14 and 15. Game behind 500. Took a series against the Mets. And yeah, I mean, it's better than they were last week, right?
Yeah, last week they were 11 and 14.
There you go. All right, let's hear about the princes of New York, the New York Mets.
Big news for the Mets, New City Connect uniforms. They are absolutely fire. A lot of attention to detail, a lot of cool things about New York on those uniforms, and I know the 2 guys won't admit it, but they think they're fire too.
Hold up.
So
let me say something. The jerseys are fire, right? But that's about all you guys got right now. So go ahead, continue.
all right, so yeah, like when you want to get me a nice birthday present, like put Alonso on the back because we're gonna sign him to like a 10-year deal. So just throw him on the back of my jersey, and you can get me the cap too. That's pretty fire too. It matches with the.
All right, you want the
Queensboro bridge.
you want the pants too?
I mean, if you're buying
Okay, yeah.
Custom
Sure.
cleats as well.
purple, yeah, the fire New Balance ones that Francisco Lindor has.
All right, I'll call my agent, see if he can get them.
Okay.
You got the glove too, because I'll wear it.
Nah, I can't give you the glove because you don't perform well.
Okay,
Sheesh.
that's right.
You could just
Anyway.
look fire. You don't play fire.
Yikes.
You know I'm
Yikes.
better than you. So anyway,
Yikes.
last 7 days, the Mets beat the Giants in their getaway game on the West Coast to salvage that a little bit, going 3-3 on that road trip. Came back, got smacked in the face by the Cardinals for 2 games, and then smacked them right back twice as hard, 4-2 win in extras. We lost to the Cubs in the first game of the series, and we're playing them here in the second game. The Mets pitching, really good. Last 2 days, quality starts from Jose Quintana and the Yankee donation, Luis Severino. Appreciate that. Really good player, really good stat line last night. 2 8-inning performances. Luis Severino took a no-hitter into the 7th. Mets hitting, it's kind of meh right now. We're not able to score too many runs. Francisco Lindor leading the way. He seems to be completely broken out of his slump. Brandon Nimmo also hitting pretty good, 263 with an 865 OPS. Pete Alonso struggling a little bit. Tyrone Taylor, Harrison Bader not looking too good. Jeff McNeil struggling pretty good too. But, we're playing 500 baseball. We're at 14 and 14. We play the Cubs and we're trying to break above 500 again. Kind of been the Mets mid-season so far.
What do you have your stats for Mark Vientos in the last 7 days?
Mark Vientos has been Timothy Hamilton. That's what he's been. 429 with a 1286 OPS in his 7 at-bats in the majors. He just got the call sent to get sent back down today since Marte's off the bereavement list.
So that's why. Okay, I was confused on why he got sent down after having a pretty good week.
A very good week. He was like 2 for 3, like 2 singles in his first 3 at-bats, and then get that tank to win the game against the Cardinals 4-2. But yeah, no, he just got sent down because he was a call-up for a bereavement list stint, and that's only like 3 games, I think.
Understandable.
Sucks because Mets Twitter is calling for Wendell's DFA, but we don't have a backup shortstop. So Wendell's not going anywhere. I'm sorry, Mets fans. But yeah, I want to see Vientos up. I want to see him with a chip on his shoulder, playing mad, playing the way he did, and giving him hell. Play third.
How heartbroken were you watching that game yesterday?
Yeah, that was a rough one.
Taking a no-hitter into the 8th inning, get your best closer on the mound, and he blows the save.
Yeah, I can't blame Edwin Diaz, man. I don't know. I can't blame him for that. He hasn't given up a home run with a man on base since like 2021. which is insane.
Absolutely, you can't blame him. It's just unfortunate that Luis Severino's taking a no-hitter into the 8th inning, and you guys are sweating it out because you only got 1 run.
Yeah, I mean, same thing tonight. We got pretty good pitching performance so far from Sean Manaea, 5 innings so far, and gave up 1 run, and we've only scored 1 run. So Mets offense isn't putting together the hits to score runs. JD Martinez is in the lineup. He's actually not doing too bad. But, now that Marte's back, he should be in the lineup tomorrow. We should be able to lengthen this lineup a little bit and hopefully start slugging a little bit better.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, right now the momentum's low, but hopefully they could just turn it around.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
So,
man.
Let's go to one of the most explosive offenses in the last 7 days.
That's right. Let's talk about the New York Yankees, guys. We are currently 19-11, 5-5 in our last 10. Over the weekend, we had a series with the Brewers. We scored 36 runs in 3 games. We didn't sweep them. We took 2 out of 3. So it was a very good week for the offense. So the numbers here may look a little bloated. Not bloated. It's a better word. They may seem a little crazy just because we had 2 really games where we scored over 10 runs. But Judge is finally figuring out, like we all talked about. I knew that it was going to happen. But he's 8 for his last 24 with 3 home runs, 7 RBIs, a 1-1 OPS, 333 batting average. Soto's continuing to do his thing. Verdugo's coming along. He's 7 for his last 20. Austin Wells is coming along. He's 5 for his last 13. I'm not going to keep going, but a lot of guys who were struggling basically are coming around now. Glaber, Wells, Verdugo, Judge.
You missed the most important person.
Rizzo hit his
The week that
300.
Anthony Rizzo had.
Anthony Rizzo hit his 300th home run. He's raking right now. So a lot of guys are coming around. We just started a tough series with the Orioles. We lost last night. We were shut out for the 5th time this year already. Just crazy to think that we've been shut out 5 times already. And yeah, I mean, this is going to be our competition, the Orioles. It's going to be us or them for the AL East. They beat us last night, and they're beating us right now. They're just a tough team. But I like the offense coming around. A little nervous about Volpe struggling right now. I don't know if it has to do with him in the leadoff spot, if he's pressing. Possibility, because when he was in the 6th spot, he was raking. But yeah, pitching has been good. Carlos Rodon has come around. His last start went 6 innings, 8 Ks, and he gave up 1 earned run. Clark Schmidt's looked like a very good middle of the rotation guy. Last 2 starts, he's given up 4 earned runs on 11 innings, 11 strikeouts. That's an MLB average player. And then Nestor Cortez got a little beat up in his last start, went 7 innings, 3 earned. So the guys are looking pretty good. Can't complain about starting rotation without Cole. Once Cole comes back, it'll be a whole different ball game. As always, our bullpen's disgusting. I think we always have a good bullpen every year, so can't complain about that. But yeah, Yankees are all right, 19-11, and let's keep it going, boys. Dogs.
I will say that you have the scariest bullpen as of right now.
We do.
Last 7 days, you have 2, 4, 6, 8 relief pitchers who made appearances, and only one of them has an ERA.
Yeah.
That is a scary team to play after the 5th inning.
Can I also mention one more thing? Our closer doesn't get enough cred from the streets. Clay Holmes has pitched in 14 games. He has 13 in the 3rd pitched. He has 13 strikeouts and 0 earned runs allowed. Yeah, he's a dog.
With 9 saves.
With 9 saves. He's a dog. Okay? So,
I have to humbly add my opinion. I think the Mets absolutely compete with the Yankees as far as bullpen goes.
I do not.
No.
Let's go with closer. Who's the Yankee closer?
Clay Holmes.
What's his ERA?
0.
0.
0.
Okay, Edwin Diaz, 2.53, 10 2/3. He only gave up those 2 runs yesterday to inflate his ERA. So 1 home run. Okay, that's the difference there.
He has 3 earned runs.
Who's your setup?
Setup is we don't have
Ferguson, no?
No, we don't have like a set setup. I mean, if I had to pick a setup, probably I don't know, Nick Birdie.
Okay,
maybe?
What's his ERA?
0.
0. The whole season.
Yes, 6 and 1/3 of an inning.
6 1/3. That's it.
Yes. You want to go by innings?
You want? Yeah. Should we go by
Yeah,
innings?
I need a little bit more bulk. What I'm saying here: Jorge Lopez for the Mets, 13 games, 13 and a third, 1.35 ERA. Edwin Diaz, 11 games, 10 and 2/3, 2.53 ERA. Adam Ottavino, 1.86 ERA and 9 and 2/3 innings, 17 strikeouts. Reed Garrett, 0.61 ERA in 8 games, 14 and 2/3 innings, 0.95 WHIP, 27 strikeouts. Absolutely, probably leading the league in strikeouts for relievers. Mets stack up. There's 4 or 5 dudes in that bullpen.
Yeah, y'all can stack up.
Rayleigh has a 0 ERA. I don't even get to Drew Smith. Drew Smith's 2.70 ERA, 10 innings, 11 strikeouts. Like, I mean, we got some dogs. We stack up.
Y'all can stack up, right? But question is, can your offense stack up?
That's what I'm saying. We're 14 and 14 because we cannot stack up right now.
I would say our bullpens are similar. Maybe yours is better, but I think the Yankees bullpen is always good every year after year. Mets may have a good Reed Garrett's a dog, but yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Just throw some respect out there where it's due. I'm not saying that the Yankees have to have a better bullpen or have to have a worse bullpen, but I'm just saying, like, respectfully, the Mets aren't awful. We were coming into the season thinking the Mets would be pretty bad.
I mean, I kind of had them where they are now.
You didn't have them at 500. You had them like 10 or 12 games under.
Okay, and they're still on pace for it.
No, they're on pace for 81 wins.
I mean, yeah, if they keep playing like shit.
Well, we're going to have a really easy June. Starting June 5th, we play teams that are like 66 and 130.
Whether you're a player in Queens or a fan of Queens, nothing is easy.
That's true.
Nothing is easy.
And everyone is delusional.
Yes. Nothing is easy for that team. So
Hey.
I don't care if you're playing the 20 and 120 Oakland A's at one point. You still don't have a guaranteed win.
Hey, mans ain't telling no lie. Just keeping it a buck.
That's a lie.
Mans ain't telling no lies.
Listen, if we get through May,
the Mets do have a lot of positives. To start,
I got a cap statement. Ready? You guys are gonna love this. If we get through May and we're at 500, we're making the playoffs.
Can you get through April first? Like, you guys are the best. This is your April, you know? This is when you guys are supposed to be. Yeah. All right. So today's the last day of April. Are you winning right now?
It's tied.
No. It's tied. Okay. So let's worry about April, and then, you know what happens once the wheels fall off. So expectations lower a little bit. Okay.
I mean, I don't think he's wrong.
I just don't see them being a playoff team with this offense, dude.
All right, let me ask you a question.
Hold on. I want to see something. Hold on. I need to see something. Okay, so the Mets are in like the middle of the league in runs scored. They're at 124. The lowest is 79. The highest is 166. It's not terrible.
You think the Nationals deserve to be in the playoffs?
No.
Do you think the Giants deserve?
Yes.
You think the Cardinals do?
No. Their run scored is even bottom 3.
What about the Pirates and the Padres?
Padres, yes. Pirates, no.
So
but you don't know what the Pirates.
But you're just going based off how many runs they've scored so far.
I'm talking about offense. I wasn't going about like if they're going to make the playoffs. I'm just saying, offensively, they suck cock right now. They're bottom half of the league.
But pitching.
How many teams make the playoffs? How many teams? 3.
Well, 3 wild cards. He's talking about wild cards.
No. In total, how many teams make the playoffs from each side?
6.
Okay, so that's 12 teams, right?
Yes, but we're worried about the NL.
I understand. But if you look at the runs scored here, I know runs scored means nothing because you also need pitching to add up. But the top offenses, you got like 5 NL teams in the top 5.
Okay.
In the top 10.
Are the Diamondbacks one of them?
Yes, they're second.
Look at their record.
They've played good teams because they have a pretty good run
differential. Even though they've played good teams, they've scored 158 runs, which is, as you said, second most in the league?
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter how good your offense is.
I mean,
right now, the Mets are a game and a half out of the wild card. I mean, obviously, it's a long way, but I think that if Jimmy says after June, the Mets are at 500, I could see them having a chance of making the playoffs.
I said after May.
Oh, after May. I can still see them having a chance.
So if they're at 500 after May, they will make the playoffs.
I say have a chance.
Okay, 4 for 4, both of you. 4 and 4. Yes, run it right now.
Making a 4-4 bet. I am not making that assumption after 50 games into the season.
Jimmy would make that bet.
That's a good sample size.
I can make that bet with my own team. I'm not betting on the Mets, bro.
You don't, Jimmy. You want that 4 for 4?
If they lose,
I want all the action.
You taking the 4 for 4?
Yeah, here.
Run it.
4 for 4.
Run it.
If the Mets.
we can run it. We can run it with the
500.
Cardinals too if you want after May.
Run it.
I don't care about the Cardinals.
I'm talking to Jonathan. I'm tired of taking 4 for 4s from you.
Yeah, you got 13 of them.
That's crazy. That's
13
crazy.
damn 4. 13 times 4. Do the math. A lot of dollars, brother.
52.
Yeah, can you believe somehow the Athletics have 13 wins?
Not
It's
bad.
insane.
Yeah,
Insane.
and
Talk about a bullpen.
Talk about a team that has an offense. They have 89 runs scored, and they have the same record as the Diamondbacks.
Can we please shout out Mason Miller? He is a dog. Like, dog. He's disgusting. He's the best reliever in the game. I don't care what anyone says. Y'all can argue with me. Mason Miller's the best reliever in the game. That is not a cap, bro.
So he's better than Clark Schmidt. Clay Holmes.
Yes, I would take Mason. If the Yankees made a trade today, Mason Miller for Clark Schmidt,
No. No trade.
I mean, Clay Holmes.
If today was World Series Game 7, Yankees are up by 1. You're taking Mason Miller over Clay Holmes?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Have you watched fucking Mason Miller? Have you seen any of his highlights? The dude paints 103.
I understand that. But you're also picking a person who's given up hits and runs over a person who has a 0 ERA with 9 saves.
He's also on the Athletics. Like, you got to cut the guy some fucking slack. He has a 1.4 ERA, 12 innings pitched, 25 Ks. The dude's a dog.
Okay.
Clay
Holmes. Clay Holmes has a 0 ERA with 13.1 innings pitched and 13 Ks.
Mason Miller, I'd rather have him. I'm sorry. I mean, the potential, the upside, throws gas.
About potential. A trade, I understand. I'm talking this game time situation.
I just told you, Mason Miller.
That you're cracked.
Mason Miller.
Nick, 1 second. Wag, do me a favor. Go to Mason Miller's Baseball Savant if you want to see something disgusting.
All right, let me go here.
Is it as look up Clay Holmes? It's as dirty as you think it should be.
Yeah, exactly. Nick, the dude's like advanced stats are just fucking retarded.
Congratulations.
Look at his fucking chase rate. Look at his whiff percentage. He's disgusting.
I'm not saying he's not, but no.
Would you rather? All right. Do you know how much do you know about Mason Miller?
Nothing. Going off the stats in front of my screen.
Would you rather have him over Ryan Helsley?
I don't know Ryan Helsley's stats.
His advanced stats are somewhat similar, but look, can you go on Baseball Savant and look up Mason Miller, please?
I have it in front of me. I'm comparing them.
Do you see 100 on every single thing? That means he's the best.
I understand that.
Not one.
I understand that, but I'm still taking a 0 ERA guy right now.
It's not all about ERA and average. Look at his whip. What's his whip? Compare whips.
Congratulations. I'm telling you my answer is Clay Holmes.
Okay. Jimmy, Clay Holmes or Mason Miller. Just make this easy for me, please.
Mason Miller.
By a million. I
wish we had the ability to do a simulator for them to pitch 1 inning and see what would happen.
Yeah, Mason Miller would strike a guy out before Clay Holmes got 2 men on base.
Nick doesn't do expected stats. That's the problem. Expected ERA, expected batting average.
But we're not even talking expected here. We're talking about his percentile in the fucking MLB based on chase percentage, whiff percentage, K percentage, fastball velo, barrel percentage, hard hit percentage. The dude's the best in every one of those categories. You can't tell me he's not the best reliever in the game right now. I'm sorry. He is.
Still
He's
taking Clay
gone.
Holmes.
I want to see Reed Garrett's. See what he's cooking on the Baseball Savant page. Got to see some red, I think.
Pretty good. Actually, a lot of very good,
Oh,
actually.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Is she red?
Yeah.
She definitely red.
She read.
That
Let's see
slider's
some-
Phil.
See some Clay Holmes. Yeah, I mean, the comparison, there's no comparison here with Clay Holmes and Mason Miller Pop.
I don't live my life just off a piece of paper and stats.
Then what else do you live your life off of?
Okay, so
It's-
you're this
It's a
guy
big eye
has
check guy.
this
if you
guy
do-
has no this guy has 100 on almost everything. If I looked at this paper, or if you looked at this paper, what would you think his stats would be?
Disgusting.
Okay, and whose stats are better, Clay Holmes or this guy's
Mason Miller.
stats?
Mason
ERA.
Miller. I don't care about ERA.
Saves.
I don't care about ERA or save.
Oh, you just love stats. You just love
Who's-
stats.
Who is the better reliever? Who would you rather in a fucking game? Jimmy?
Oh, sure.
Reed Garrett. The stats
We're not
are better.
talking. Can we not talk about the Mets for 1 second? Who would you rather have?
Mason Schmiller.
Have you seen any of his videos? If you don't care about paper and stats, at least the eye test.
Oh, congratulations. I can eye test and I can still pick Clay Holmes because Clay Holmes knows how to get people out. He knows how to win games. Just because his stuff isn't 100 miles per hour or, the whiff percentage is 100 doesn't mean he's not dominant.
True.
All right, brother.
But he's more
Listen.
dominant. That's the point.
If he was more dominant, he'd have the same ERA. People were putting their barrel to the bat and then fucking couldn't figure him out.
Nick
Do
is
me
a
a
counting
favor.
stats guy. Nick is a big counting stats guy.
You're on Baseball Savant right now?
Yeah,
What's Clay Holmes' barrel percentage?
69,
Okay. What's Mason Miller's?
93.
Okay. So, Mason Miller may be unlucky?
Unlucky that people actually hit him.
No, that's not what that means. His barrel percentage is higher. That means there's less percentage of them barreling up the pitch.
Okay, but I don't give a fuck if they barrel the ball. Hit it where they're not. I don't care if your exit velo is 112. Congratulations. If you get out, you got out.
All right, bro.
You want to know how the Cardinals won the game today?
How?
Not because of their barrel percentage and their exit velo, because they got 3 singles in a row where nobody was playing. So I could care less if you hit the ball 112, 115 miles an hour to the wall and you're out. I will take a 68 exit velo off the bat, bloop single RBI rather than 112.
Hey, listen, man. We just argued about this for the past 10 minutes.
You're not changing my mind.
You got Clay Holmes. Me and Jimmy got Mason Miller. I mean, that's it. We'll check back next week, and hopefully Clay Holmes gives up some runs so you can understand this, where we're coming from here. Okay?
You know, if he gives up runs, the Yankees lose, right?
Yeah, I'm fine. Just to win this fucking conversation.
Okay. Let me ask you a question now, right?
All
Game
right.
7 World Series. Juan Soto's at the plate.
Mason Miller.
It has nothing to do with pitching.
Oh.
Juan Soto's at the plate, right? All he needs is a single, and they win the game, right?
Yeah.
Got 2 scenarios: 68 exit velo, single, Yankees win the World Series, or 112 exit velo, barrel percentage bullshit, and he lines out to right field and you lose. Which one are you taking? Which one are you taking?
I'm taking fucking the single, obviously.
Exactly. So fuck these stats. I don't care how hard he throws, how much his ball breaks, any of that bullshit. He don't know how to get everybody out like Clay Holmes does right now. So I'm taking Clay Holmes.
All right, bro. You got it, man. You fucking got it, all right? Keep
know I
Clay
got it.
Holmes and
know I
fucking
got
shove it, all right?
I know
Mason Miller's a dog. Clay Holmes is not a dog. Let's get into some fantasy football and wrap this bitch up, all right?
Wait. 1 second, brother. If you don't revive this TikTok with this freaking clip, we're doing something wrong.
All right. I mean, I just been I gotta do
stats
it.
this, stats that.
I gotta fucking we need to revive this shit. But let's get into fantasy football. So our draft's in 2 weeks, guys. 2 fucking weeks, and we do our rookie draft. We're getting like GMs right now. You know, we're starting to formulate some ideas. Jimmy's trying to trade up. Nick's trying to figure out what the frick to do here. And so I just want your guys' thoughts, basically what's been running through your mind in regards to like maybe some of your plans. You don't have to give it all out, just kind of like Just vague plans. You don't need to name players. You don't need to name this. Just kind of your plans for your first round picks or pick. So Jimmy, I'm going to start with you because you're back end of draft. So kind of what are you thinking first round? Do you have any trade up ideas? Are you looking to move around? Like what's going on?
Here's where I am. There's some interesting stuff going on at the top of our draft. You got a guy with 2 really good quarterbacks who's looking to move one and then potentially take one. We got another guy who definitely needs a quarterback. We got another guy who definitely needs a quarterback. And we have a guy who is one of the best wide receiving talents in all of football to screw up those 3 guys. Marvin Harrison Jr., where he goes in this draft, I think will be pivotal. If there is like quarterback, pick number 3, I think is going to be a quarterback. And then pick number 4, Marvin Harrison Jr. could be there for the taking. And then there's going to be, I think it's going to be Nabbers at 5 or 6, and then another quarterback off the board. So there's some scenarios for me where I end up with a pretty good player. There really are. I think that if the draft stays the way I think it's going to go, I think I can get one of 2 players which are both potentially difference makers, and I will not hesitate to draft them. So I think I'm in a good position. I think I'm going to get the player I want. And yeah, I'm pretty excited.
AK Roma Dunes or Brock Bowers?
Nope. One of those is wrong.
I have a question for both of you.
Okay.
I think I can do even better than Brock Bowers, to be honest with you.
Is it clear that Marvin Harrison Jr. should be drafted before Neighbors?
No.
It is not clear, no.
Marvin Harrison Jr. is in a better situation, I think. I think he has the better offense. My opinion. No offense, Jimmy. No offense. Fantasy purpose-wise, I think, yeah, Kyler Murray is just coming back from injury, but he played well at the end of last year. When Kyler Murray's healthy, that offense is very explosive. It kind of like, if you guys remember the D-Hop era in Arizona when Kyler Murray was there, D-Hop went off. D-Hop was top 3 fantasy wide receiver. That's why I think, yes, Marvin Harrison Jr. is the better fantasy pick. Better wide receiver? Honestly? Talent-wise, I think Malik Neighbors is the better wide receiver talent-wise. If he was in a better situation, I'd definitely, like, if he went to, let's say...
Say he went to the Chargers because they had the 5th pick.
Yes, exactly. That's what I was going to say. If he went to the Chargers, I think there's a very, very high chance you could see in many leagues Neighbors going over Marvin Harrison. I don't think anyone would disagree with me.
So it's not clear, but neither of them are wrong.
No, I think they're both for sure Pro Ballers. I think they're the most Pro Ball players that we will see in this draft. I think these quarterbacks can go either way. Caleb Williams could be a bust. Like, all the quarterbacks could be a bust. Like, Caleb Williams, he's either going to have it or he doesn't. He's so fucking cocky. He's either going to show it on the field and be the best quarterback we've seen in a while. Jaden Daniels, he reminds me a lot of RG3. He has a lot of running ability, has a very good arm, very good pocket presence. The issue is if when he takes off, he's going to take a lot of hits. Is it going to be like Anthony Richardson and he's going to be out for the year? Drake May, I think he's still very raw. He needs to develop a lot. He's coming from a Carolina offense that was terrible last year. So that may have been why he didn't have a great season. He had shit receivers possibly. Who knows? JJ McCarthy, he wasn't asked to do much at Michigan. Yeah, he's going to go to offense probably in the best situation ever. Justin Jefferson, what's the Jordan Addison, TJ Hawkinson, what's their coach's name? I'm blanking. But their coach is very good. Kevin O'Connell. There you go.
And they
very
have Aaron
good.
Jones too, right?
Aaron Jones. He's in a great situation. Probably the best situation out of all these guys, in my opinion. And then Bo Nix, supposedly Sean Payton really likes what he's seen from him. Who the fuck knows? That's a person I'm staying away from. Hell no, he's 25 years old. Never popped off in college. It just seems like a bust potential. So I think, back to what I was saying, the wide receivers are definitely the most like Pro Bowl guys. Like, if you had to make a bet and you want to say 2 players that are going to be Pro Bowlers and that are going to be fantasy value for the next 10 years, Malik Neighbors and Marvin Harrison Jr. 100% my opinion.
Very well said.
I think that they're gonna go. They're gonna make it very difficult to pick a quarterback if you don't necessarily need one. We know for certain that 5 or 6 is gonna be a wide receiver, and I don't see Marvin Harrison leaving the top 4. So in my opinion, 2 wide receivers will be off the board minimum. Then we'll have, at least 3 quarterbacks taken ahead of me. I think another one will be 2 or a third wide receiver. And in either situation, I think the 4th best quarterback and the 3rd best wide receiver falling to me is an ideal situation, and I will not hesitate to take whomever is available and have no problem doing so. Even though I have a good wide receiver, starting wide receiver group, and I have 2 good starting quarterbacks, you take the best player available.
For sure. I agree. I think at your stage where you're at, it's best player available and see what you can do after that. Fill the holes where you can. It's basically what it is. For me, 104 is tough. I really don't like the pick because it could go. There's multiple scenarios for me here, right? So say there's 3 quarterbacks taken in the first 3 picks. I'm going Marvin Harrison Jr. I'm telling you that right now. That's who I'm going with. If there's Marvin Harrison Jr. goes, 2 quarterbacks go, it's going to depend on what the pick before me quarterback he takes, because I'm high on another and I don't want another. It depends. And it also comes down to if I really want a young quarterback, or do I want to take a wide receiver at 4 and maybe use a future first for an older quarterback. That's basically what I'm doing right now. It's going to be draft day decision. Who knows what the fuck's going to happen? I think it's going to be a very fun draft. I'm excited. I think a lot of things can move around and stuff. I can even move back in. I'm in talks with this dude above me. We'll see what happens. That'll probably be a draft day thing as well. But yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm excited. That's my plan. So three options here.
That would be so crazy if you don't take one of the top 3 quarterbacks.
It's just, dude, like if the dude who I don't want doesn't fall, I don't think it's that crazy. I really don't.
It's Marvin Harrison.
Dude, think about it, right?
No, what I'm saying is if Marvin Harrison, if Jonathan has between, never mind, I think I said it wrong. No, yeah, if Marvin Harrison Jr. goes first, and say the second guy picks Caleb Williams, and then it's my pick now, and I pick the quarterback that Jonathan wants, I think it's crazy if Jonathan takes Neighbors over like the 3rd best quarterback.
I really don't think it's crazy at all. I mean, look at the value of LSU is wide receiver U. Let's be honest, right?
Him at the university.
let's be honest. Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase. I mean, you could keep going. I'm just going to name those guys for now.
Yes, OBJ. Yeah,
OBJ. They've been wide receiver U as of late. I don't think it's that crazy. I really don't. If I'm not high on a quarterback, like if I think he's 1, either in a shitty situation, 2, I don't like his upside, his build. I'm not going to do it. I don't think it's worth wasting a pick when I could take a surefire all pro bowler, in my opinion. Yeah.
All right, well, I guess it's time for the guy with the most picks in the first round to go.
That's for sure.
Let's see.
I can't give out too much information because honestly, I really have no clue what I'm doing after my 3rd pick. I mean,
wait, so your 3rd pick's locked in? You already know who you're taking?
I mean, it's a quarterback.
No, I know, but do you know?
I don't know. No,
Oh,
if I did, I still wouldn't tell you.
No, I understand. I just want
have
to
no clue. I literally don't. I have no clue. I would tell you if I have my for sure answer, but I don't. All I know is it's a quarterback. Then it's your turn to pick in the 4. I have the 5 and the 6. Realistically, I would go wide receiver, quarterback. I think my 112 and my 203 is also tricky for me because, I could go running back or like a wide receiver, or if one of the tier 2 quarterbacks are there, do I take 3 quarterbacks in the draft? Because right now I have 0 quarterbacks. And it's guaranteed I have 2 in the first 6 picks, but it's not guaranteed that they're both going to be good.
I'm just going to be frank with you. There's all quarterbacks are going to be gone before the 112 or 203.
Think so?
Yes. I already know someone else who's targeting a quarterback. So if
And that's also good for me.
and that guy is before you, and he needs a quarterback as well.
Well, I mean,
So
he's before me.
I think the
12.
only real person who has a chance of falling there, and I think it would be stupid for you to draft him, is Michael Penix. Yeah,
No,
I think.
I mean,
take him.
Spencer Rattler is going to be available probably in the third round or late second, but that's not a pick you want to make, really.
No, I mean, yeah, I mean he's got a path to being a starter, but I don't see it with him.
But what I'm saying is, God forbid, a tier 2 quarterback falls at 12. I feel like that's the only option I go.
I mean, yeah,
they won't. They won't. There'll be the top 6 or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 quarterbacks will be taken before 112. I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm guaranteeing you that.
But yeah, I mean that's my plan. I still don't know if I'm trading any of my picks or not. Trying to hear offers from everybody, but nobody likes to send an offer. Everybody always wants to say, "Hey, let's talk about trades," and then they start throwing names out and want me to send something. So, like Jonathan said, it's going to be a draft day decision.
Yeah, it's. I think it's going to come down to us 3 sitting on the couch, bullshitting, trying to figure out what we're going to do. It's going to be a great time. I'm excited. But yeah, I mean, so I think your best bet, and I'll kind of go into Jimmy's a little bit. I think Jimmy's best bet is obviously best player available. Jimmy's got a very good team. It's not like he has major holes anywhere. So best player available is kind of really good for him.
I do have a preference. I prefer one of the positions over the other, just because of the way my team is constructed. But I think at 7, I'll have a choice between, like I said, the 4th best quarterback or the 3rd best wide receiver.
Yeah, for sure. Honestly, this is like really crazy, but it doesn't matter to Nick because I think I know who he's taking at quarterback. I've heavily considered JJ McCarthy at the 104. Heavily considered it. Even passing up on whoever Nick passes on. So just so you guys know.
Wait, I thought talks that he said there was a chance he could have went earlier in the actual draft.
The only thing is like he just doesn't have like the makeup as a Drake May, a Jaden Daniels, or a Caleb Williams. Like he's not as talented as them. Yeah, he's a winner. Tom Brady was a winner. He didn't have the makeup Drake May, Jaden Daniels, or Caleb Williams had. So who knows? We'll see.
Yeah,
you never know. Never know. But yeah, I think Nick, you have to go 2 quarterbacks regardless of whatever that fuck else you do with your life in this draft. You have to go 2 quarterbacks. I think it's a must.
100%.
Whatever else you do, I think you definitely need to grab a running back. Running backs are tough because we were talking about this earlier. They're all kind of in shitty landing areas except Jonathan Brooks. So whoever's a running back needy team in the first round is going to take him because everyone else, Trey Benson, may have burn eventually. Who knows? He's going to be behind James Conner, Blake Corum.
Nick, I think if Jonathan Brooks is at 112, you take him.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. But like, it just sucks. Like they all landed in really shitty places. Like even a guy I was targeting maybe in the 2nd round, he just went to a shitty place and it's just like makes no sense. Braylon Allen went to the Jets. Breece Hall's 22-23. I mean, sucks. Dolphins drafted another running back who is a dog, but he's behind Raheem Mostert, Devon Achane. So who knows? It's just they all kind of went to really shitty places and it sucks, dude. It does suck. But let's wrap it up here.
Where were you targeting Braylon Allen?
2nd round.
Yeah, he's gonna go later, I think.
No, I know he's gonna go later now. That's what I'm saying. He's not even on my draft board anymore.
Yeah, it's kind of wild. I kind of wanted to predict the 1st round, but we can end it if you want.
No, let's do the 1st round. Let's each do our prediction. If you guys are fine with that, I'm fine. I know some people got some time limit constraints here, but I'm here. So let's fucking do this shit. All right.
So, but one thing for the pick that's yours, don't answer.
Okay.
The other 2 answer.
Okay.
Because you don't want to give your strategy away.
Yep.
Okay. So, all right. I'm going to have to play a little verse psychology with Nick's pick here.
Well, don't tell him that.
Well, he doesn't know. He doesn't know who the fuck I want. Nick, who do you think I want at quarterback? If you just let me, I want to hear it.
I think you want Drake May.
Okay. All right.
But
So-
what you want, I don't really care about because it's my pick. So it doesn't matter to me what you want.
Okay. All right. I think
All right, let's go. 101.
I'll start. 101, Marvin Harrison Jr. He has Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts. He doesn't need a quarterback. 102.
Yeah. And wait, we'll all do it together. But I just want to say that I think that if there won't be, I don't think he'll make a trade. I don't think he'll make a trade in advance of the draft. And I think he also takes Marvin Harrison.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think he gets the value he wants for Jalen Hurts. He's asking for a first and a top tier wide receiver. No one's giving him that. But all right.
So yeah, I agree. If he trades, he takes a quarterback. If he doesn't, he takes Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah. Okay.
102.
Caleb Williams
102, Caleb Williams. 100%.
Caleb Williams.
all day. Nick, silence. Drake May for Nick. I think that's a lock.
I'm going to take Drake May as well.
Number 4 pick, I think you have to pivot to Neighbors, and I think that you should be happy about that. I think that's a good pick.
I think he wants Drake May, so I also agree with Neighbors.
105. 105. Nick takes JJ McCarthy. Or no, Nick. Yeah, JJ McCarthy.
I'm going Jaden Daniels.
Nick takes JJ McCarthy.
And then obviously that means he takes Romo Dunes.
Then Romo Dunes. Jimmy takes. I think he's going to go with. He's probably going to take Xavier Worthy, honestly, over Brock Bowers. I think Brock Bowers landed in a really shitty spot.
I'm taking him, or I think Jimmy might have his eyes on Brooks.
Okay. 108, Matt. I already know who he wants. So for the sake of this, he wants Bo Nix. So I'm going Bo Nix.
Yeah, I would say he would just go with the best available quarterback.
Yeah.
He needs a quarterback?
Yeah. He needs a
Okay.
lot of things, but quarterback is most important.
All right.
109 is the guy who picked 102. Let's see his team. Wait, is it?
Yes.
Okay. Let's go to the draft room.
I think he at the 109, I think he's going to be hoping that Bo Nix falls to him. And if it doesn't, he is going to go back-to-back wide receivers.
I think he takes Lad McConkey.
Oh yeah, unfortunately I'm not going to give names because it is what it is, but I'm just going to say position. I think he
You think
goes wide
Lad?
Yeah.
I think Worthy goes ahead of Lad.
Well, I had Worthy for your pick, so
All right. So I'll
Yeah.
go Worthy there. And then the second pick, Nick, you think back-to-back wide receivers? I'm surprised
Looking at-
Bowers has fallen.
Looking at his team, yes.
I think he takes Brock Bowers there. I think
Yeah.
within one of those picks, he takes Bowers.
I think Bowers being available down there is a good thing.
Yeah.
This is shaping up good for you, Nick. All right, what does Joe need?
I think Joe is going to take. Where's Joe?
Oh, Lad. I'm going to go Lad for Joe.
I think Joe takes Brian Thomas Jr.
Shit, this is Joe. Hold on.
Who's Brian Thomas Jr.? Oh, he's a wide receiver for Joe.
I think that Brock Bowers falls to Joe, and he goes with him.
Okay. Well,
And
Nick,
then-
I got news for you. You got Brooks.
And I think Nick takes Jonathan Brooks. Yeah. First round mock. That was fun.
Yeah. We're going to have to re-listen to this and write it down and see how make a bet who gets the most correct.
Yeah.
I got
Well,
I got my prediction written down.
We should do a final. Do you guys think you'll change your mock next week, or you're set?
I mean, I probably would have to look at it again. This was kind of off the fly, not knowing what everyone's team looks like.
All right. So let's do first time mock. We'll do our final mock next week before the draft. Yes, it's next week. Yeah. Damn, next week's our draft already. Shit. Okay. Yeah. So we'll do a final mock in our draft next week. But all right, we're gonna skip out on the dogs for today, just because.
Just want to give a shout out to my dog beating the Mets last week. Shout out to the Cardinals.
But guys, thank you so much for listening. We're very excited for the fantasy draft, as you guys can tell. We're getting into the heat of the season. We're learning some more things. Pitchers keep going down, but teams are getting hot. Going to be interesting to see what happens. Will the Mets make the playoffs? We'll see. We'll catch y'all next week. Don't forget, every Wednesday, 5 p.m. Be there. Peace.